You know, as we navigate this stage of life, our relationships with our families are often one of our greatest joys. Our children, our grandchildren, siblings, cousins, they are our anchors, our history, and our future. We want to share everything with them, don't we? The big news, the small victories, the everyday goings-on. It feels natural, like that's what family is for. But sometimes, with the very best intentions on both sides, sharing absolutely everything can actually create more stress, more worry, or even lead to misunderstandings that nobody intended. There are moments when keeping certain things just for yourself, or perhaps sharing them only with a trusted friend or professional, can actually be the healthier choice for you and for the peace within your family circle. It's not about being secretive. It's about being wise about what you share and with whom. Preserving your independence and their peace of mind. In this video, we're going to explore 5 areas where a little discretion might go a long way after you pass that 65-year mark. These aren't secrets born of deceit, but rather born of a desire to protect your own space and maintain healthy, respectful boundaries within your loving family. It's about keeping your own counsel on matters that are primarily your own burden or your own private joy, preventing unnecessary worry or unsolicited, potentially frustrating advice. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you about how keeping these things private can actually strengthen your family bonds in the long run. Now, let's talk about the first area where it might be wise to zip your lip a little, even with your dearest family members. And that's the nitty-gritty details of your finances. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but they need to know in case something happens. And yes, having essential documents located and key contacts shared is absolutely crucial for estate planning and emergencies. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the specifics of your bank account balances, your precise investments, your day-to-day spending habits, or even debts you might be carrying. Sharing this level of detail can open a Pandora's box you never intended. For example, letting family know exactly how much you have saved can lead to a few different scenarios, none of them particularly comfortable. You might suddenly find yourself inundated with unsolicited financial advice. You should really invest in this. Or, are you sure you're not spending too much on that? Everyone becomes an armchair financial advisor. And while their intentions might be good, it can feel intrusive and undermine your confidence in managing your own money. Something you've likely been doing successfully for decades. Or, perhaps even more awkwardly, knowing precise figures can sometimes create an unspoken, or even explicit, expectation regarding future inheritance or financial support. Suddenly, your well-being becomes tied in their minds to specific numbers, and decisions you make about how you live your life and spend your money can become subject to their scrutiny because they feel they have a stake in it. This isn't about your family being greedy. It's often a natural, albeit sometimes misguided, consequence of visibility. They see a number, and they start planning or worrying based on it. If you decide to take that dream trip you've always wanted, or make a generous donation to a charity you care about, or even just treat yourself to something nice, you might feel an uncomfortable pressure to justify it if they know exactly how much money is in the bank. Can you really afford that? Becomes the question. Rather than assuming you're a capable adult managing your own affairs, think about it this way. Your financial situation is deeply personal. It reflects your life choices, your priorities, your values. It's tied to your sense of security and independence. Sharing the specific numbers can feel like laying bare a very private part of yourself to potential judgment or misinterpretation. It's like telling everyone exactly what you weigh, or what your cholesterol level is. Some things are just best kept private unless there's a clear, practical reason to share them with a specific person like a financial advisor or estate lawyer. You are not obligated to provide a financial report to your family just because you've reached a certain age. You have the right to manage your money with dignity and privacy. So, Instead of sharing account balances or investment portfolios, focus on ensuring they know where important documents are kept, who your key contacts are like an executor or power of attorney, and that your affairs are in order. If you need help managing your finances, seek professional advice or confide in a trusted friend, rather than automatically turning it into a family discussion that might cause unnecessary friction. You can assure them that you are comfortable and managing well, without needing to disclose the exact figures. Maintaining this boundary helps preserve your autonomy and prevents potential family conflicts that, sadly, often revolve around money. Your finances are your business, and keeping the details private is a powerful way to maintain your independence and reduce potential stress for everyone involved. It allows you to make decisions about your money based on your own needs and desires, without feeling the weight of your family's expectations or anxieties. It's about living your life on your own terms, financially speaking. Moving on from the topic of money, let's consider another area that often causes undue worry for both you and your family if shared too freely: minor health complaints and anxieties. As we get older, it's natural to experience new aches, pains, stiffness, or those little quirks our bodies develop. A joint that pops, a twinge that wasn't there before, a mild digestive issue, or just feeling a bit more tired than usual. These are common parts of aging, and often, they are temporary or manageable. However, constantly reporting every single minor symptom or voicing every health worry you have to your family can inadvertently paint a picture of someone who is frail, constantly unwell, or overly anxious. This can lead to your family becoming excessively worried about you, seeing you as more vulnerable than you are, or even infantilizing you. Imagine this scenario: you mention offhand that your knee is bothering you a bit after a long walk. If you do this every time you have a minor ache, soon your family starts seeing you primarily through the lens of your physical complaints. They might discourage you from activities you enjoy, or constantly ask, "How are you feeling today?" with an undertone of concern that can feel stifling. They might start treating you like you're made of glass, even if you still feel quite capable and active. While their concern comes from a place of love, the constant focus on potential health issues can be draining for you and can overshadow your strengths and your enjoyment of life. It can also reinforce negative thinking patterns about your own health, making you feel older or less capable than you actually are. Of course, this is not about hiding significant health problems, serious diagnoses, changes in condition, or anything that genuinely impacts your safety or requires support should absolutely be shared with relevant family members. But the fleeting twinge, the temporary headache, the slightly upset stomach, these are often best managed privately. You can monitor them yourself, discuss them with your doctor if you are genuinely concerned, or confide in a close friend who understands the difference between a minor issue and a major one. Loading every small physical sensation onto your family's plate can create a climate of constant worry. It's the difference between saying, "I saw the doctor about that cough, and they gave me some medicine," versus reporting every single cough, sniffle, or moment of feeling a bit under the weather. Maintaining a level of privacy around minor health issues allows you to manage your own experience of aging with dignity. It allows you to decide when something is significant enough to warrant discussion and when it's just part of the background noise of getting older. It also prevents your family from developing an exaggerated perception of your frailty. You want them to see you as a whole person, active, engaged, and resilient, not just a collection of symptoms. Sharing major health news is necessary. Sharing every little ache is often counterproductive and can create a dynamic where you feel constantly monitored and they feel constantly anxious. Protecting this information is about managing worry, both yours and theirs, and maintaining your image as a capable individual. It's about choosing to share only what is essential, rather than everything that crosses your mind or body. Picking up where we left off on the idea of choosing what to share, let's delve into the third area where keeping things private can benefit everyone involved airing grievances or frustrations within your marriage or long-term partnership with your children or other family members. Now, it's completely normal for couples, no matter how long they've been together, to have disagreements, annoyances, or periods of frustration. It's part of living closely with another human being. However, bringing these private spats or ongoing tensions to your children or other relatives can put them in an incredibly difficult and unfair position. They love you both, and hearing complaints about one parent or partner from the other creates loyalty conflicts. They might feel pressured to take sides, to offer solutions they aren't equipped to give, or simply feel uncomfortable and stressed by the marital tensions spilling over into their relationship with you. Think about the long-term impact. If you consistently share negative things about your partner with your children, even if the specific issue resolves, that negative image can stick in their minds. It can subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, erode their respect or affection for your partner. This can create distance within the family, forming unspoken alliances or resentments. Your children are not your therapists or your confidants for marital issues. Their role is to be your children, to love and be loved by both of you. Burdening them with the details of your disagreements shifts the dynamic and can make family gatherings tense and awkward. Instead of sharing marital frustrations with your children, consider healthier outlets. Talk directly and respectfully with your partner about the issues. Seek couples counseling if you're struggling to communicate effectively. Confide in a neutral friend, a therapist, or a support group. Someone who is outside the family structure and can offer objective perspective without being emotionally entangled. Keeping marital disagreements private within the partnership, or with external support, maintains the respect and unity of the family unit from your children's perspective. It shows them that while relationships aren't always easy, private issues are handled with discretion and respect between the people involved. It allows your children to have independent relationships with each of you, free from the burden of knowing the intimate conflicts of your marriage. This boundary protects their peace of mind and prevents them from feeling caught in the middle, which can be incredibly damaging to family relationships over time. It's about respecting the boundaries of your own relationship and the boundaries of your children's relationships with both of you. Now, let's consider the fourth secret you might want to hold close your big, perhaps unconventional, future plans or dreams, especially in their early, uncertain stages. Maybe you've always dreamed of selling your house and buying an RV to travel the country. Perhaps you want to move to a completely different state or even country. Maybe you have a wild idea for a new business or a creative project that feels a bit outside the box for someone your age. These are exciting ideas, full of possibility, but sharing them prematurely with family, especially adult children who might feel responsible for you or worried about your well-being, can sometimes invite a wave of concern, skepticism, or even outright discouragement. Their reactions often stem from a place of love and fear. Fear for your safety, your financial security, your comfort. But that fear can manifest as criticism, questioning, or attempts to talk you out of your dreams for your own good. Sharing a half-baked plan, or even a fully formed but bold one, before you've completely thought it through or are ready to confidently defend it, can subject you to a barrage of what-ifs and are-you-sures that can be incredibly deflating. It can plant seeds of doubt just when you need confidence. You might find yourself having to justify your desires, your capabilities, and your calculations to people who aren't living your life or feeling your dreams. This isn't to say your family doesn't want you to be happy. They do. But their perspective is often colored by their own comfort level with risk, their image of what someone your age should be doing, and their anxieties about your future. Instead, nurture those big dreams privately first. Do your research. Make your plans concrete. Work through the logistics and potential challenges on your own, or with a trusted advisor or friend who shares your adventurous spirit. Get to a place where you feel confident and prepared. Then, share your plans with your family, not for validation, but as a clear statement of your intentions. Present it as something you have carefully considered and are committed to doing, rather than a fragile idea they can easily poke holes in. This approach positions you as the capable architect of your own life. Rather than someone seeking permission or approval, it allows you to maintain control of your own narrative and pursue your passions without having to navigate a gauntlet of well-intentioned but potentially stifling concern. Your dreams are yours to pursue, and you get to decide when and how you share them, especially if they challenge the conventional expectations of what retirement looks like. Protecting these nascent plans gives them the space to grow strong before being exposed to the world. Finally, let's touch on the fifth area, where discretion can be a gift: rehashing personal regrets or past mistakes, especially those that involve family history. We all have things we look back on and wish we'd done differently, choices we regret, opportunities missed, words said or left unsaid. As we get older, we might find ourselves reflecting on these more often. There can be a temptation to share these regrets with our children or other family members, perhaps seeking understanding, forgiveness, or simply wanting to explain why things are the way they are. However, dwelling on and sharing deep personal regrets with your family can be counterproductive and even painful. If the regret involves something that impacted them directly, bringing it up again might reopen old wounds they have already healed from, or perhaps haven't healed from completely. It can force them to relive difficult memories. If the regret is more personal to you, a career choice you wish you hadn't made, a hobby you didn't pursue, a trip you didn't take, sharing it repeatedly can create a sense of melancholy or burden for your family. They might feel helpless, unable to change the past, and concerned about your lingering unhappiness. While vulnerability can foster closeness, constant focus on past pain or mistakes can be draining for those around you. It's important to process regrets, absolutely. But the best avenues for this are often internal reflection, journaling, or talking with a therapist or counselor who is trained to help you work through these feelings constructively. A neutral third party can provide perspective and tools for processing regret in a way that leads to acceptance and peace. Rather than simply revisiting the pain, sharing regrets with family can also inadvertently paint a picture of a life lived with disappointment, which is likely not the whole story of your rich and complex life. You have triumphs, joys, and lessons learned, not just regrets. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life, the lessons learned from challenges, and the present moments you cherish is often a more uplifting and beneficial way to interact with your family. You can share the wisdom gained from experience without having to detail every misstep or moment of remorse. This isn't about pretending everything was perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the present and future within your family interactions, and processing the past in a way that brings you personal peace, rather than potentially weighing down your loved ones. Your family wants to see you content and looking forward, not stuck in the rearview mirror of regret. Keeping these deepest personal reflections for yourself, or sharing them only in a therapeutic setting, allows you to process them effectively and prevents them from casting a shadow over your current family relationships. It's about choosing peace over perpetual reflection on past pain. So, we've talked about keeping the precise details of your finances, minor health worries, marital frustrations, big unconventional dreams, and deep personal regrets a little closer to the vest after 65. It might seem counterintuitive at first. Isn't family supposed to be who you share everything with? Well, yes and no. Family is where you find love, support, and connection. But healthy relationships, at any age, require boundaries. And as you get older, protecting your peace, your independence, and your family's peace becomes increasingly important. It's not about building walls. It's about building healthy fences that define where one person's life ends and another's begins. Even within the closest family unit, by exercising discretion in these 5 areas, you are not being dishonest or secretive in a negative way. You are being discerning. You are recognizing that some burdens are yours to carry alone, Some anxieties are yours to manage internally. Some dreams are yours to nurture privately until they are robust. And some relationship challenges are best resolved within the partnership itself or with professional help. The surprising truth about keeping these things private is that it often leads to more authentic and less strained family relationships. When you're not constantly sharing financial worries, they worry less about your security and more about enjoying time with you. When you're not detailing every ache, they see your resilience and focus on your vitality. When marital spats aren't aired publicly, they can relax and enjoy relationships with both partners without feeling caught in the middle. When big dreams are shared with confidence once they are formed, they are more likely to be met with admiration for your spirit rather than fear for your well-being. And when past regrets are processed privately, family interactions can focus on creating positive new memories rather than dwelling on old pains. Keeping certain things private is an act of self-respect and respect for your family. It allows you to maintain your identity as an independent adult, capable of managing your own life, while allowing your family to love and support you without being burdened by information they can't act on or that causes undue stress. It preserves their image of you as capable and resilient, and allows you to live more freely without feeling the weight of their constant concern or potential disapproval. It's about protecting the joy and reducing the potential for conflict, allowing the love to flow more freely without these added pressures. Remember, small shifts in what you share can make a big difference in the dynamics of your family relationships and your own personal happiness and peace of mind. You have earned the right to your privacy and to manage your own life with dignity. Think about which of these 5 areas resonate most with you, and consider how a little more discretion might positively impact your life and your family's. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Are there other things you've found it's better to keep private as you get older? Share your experiences and perspectives in the comments below. Your wisdom could help someone else navigating similar situations. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and lets us know we're creating content that resonates with you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, offering practical advice and support for living your best life at every age. We have many more topics planned that we think you'll find valuable. Thank you for watching and being part of this community. Live your best life with confidence, independence, and healthy boundaries.